Hello and welcome to Super Bowl Lanes in Erlanger, Kentucky. I'm Nick Benj along with Eddie Jackson, and it's kind of hard to believe it's already week 5 of the Super Bowl TV Merit Tournament. And Eddie, I guess we could classify this week as a week of experience.
You bet your boots, because we got the winner back from last week. We got Roger, the Marine, back, and we also have Glenna Sydnor back. Maybe she can win this week. So far, it's been bad news for the Sydnors. But you're right. We got Earl Weatherford too. You got to remember the cranker there. So we do have an exciting day for you today.
Okay, and you have an interview, I believe, with last week's champion, Roger Crawford.
Yeah, Roger, come on out here, young man. This is Roger Crawford. He's the gyrene that we missed last week on the show. And Roger, did you come up through the junior bowling program?
Yes, I did. I started here about 4 years ago, born in the junior program.
4 years ago, you started as a junior program bowler, and now you're on a TV show. Was you a little bit nervous last week?
The first game I didn't feel that nervous, but the second game really got to me.
Going for the championship. The 267 was easy, right?
Yeah, it felt pretty easy.
Fine. Thanks a lot, and Nick, it's all yours.
All right, we'll be back with the ladies, which is our first match, and then the men will follow that, and we'll be back with that first match right after this. We're back at the Super Bowl Lanes in Erlanger, Kentucky, and Glenna Sydnor is leading off.
And she's got that in a good area, just a little light. She just got a little bit light, but it's a good spot to start off from. A spare is always easy to make.
Glenna has a 20 handicap, and her opponent, Sherry Young, has a 28. Glenna in qualifying rolled a 657. And hello, our first mark of the day.
And if you notice, she moved to the right and let the ball roll all the way through the track and hit on the left-hand side of the 1-2 pocket. And let the ball take out the 8.
Here's Sherry Young making her first television appearance. She rolled a 645.
And she just looked like she stuck at the foul line a little bit and reared.
That usually happens your first television appearance. That's what I'm told anyway.
It does make a difference, I tell you, when you come out here and you get your friends rooting for you and you know you're on the tube. You'll get a little tight. But you'll try a normal pocket shot.
And there's her normal pocket shot, so both ladies have started out with a spare. Sherry in qualifying rolled a 193, 187, and 179. Plus handicap was a 645.
What Sherry just did is always kind of nice to do. She did a test slide with the left foot to see if she can get some good traction.
And she crosses over for 7.
She's still like most women. When they come on the show, they have a little bit of the yank, and she'll have to straighten that out or she'll be in trouble. She's moving to the left.
Cross lane.
And on the money.
So here's Glenna Sydnor, 38 years of age. She's married to Larry. We've seen him on the program a couple times. And this is Glenna's second appearance also.
You know, she comes right off the side of that ball, straight up through the bottom. And didn't get the action that she wanted, but it was a good shot. She'd just move her feet just a tad to the right, just a little bit. She'd get a little more roll on that ball into the 1-3 pocket.
Here's Glenna for a tough conversion. It needs to be split just perfect, and she chopped it.
That's a very difficult shot when you're coming out of the gate like that, not knowing what the lanes are going to be doing all the way across. She has to get it at least to the 5-pin to have a chance.
The big question today is the Sydnor jinx.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see how she does here. Nice steady approach, nice knee bend.
That's her ball. No, it crossed over a little bit.
Well, she'll just take the normal spare shot here, which is a pocket hit. Your viewing audience out there, if you had a 5-pin, it's nothing more than a normal strike ball. Unless you're trying to find something out in the 10th frame, a little more area for you to roll your ball, you may want to move in or move out, whichever. It's just a free shot.
No one misses the 5-pin, and certainly Glenna's not.
I will say one thing. She said she's nervous, but to me, she looks like she's got a little more composure this week. She's not rushing up there and picking it up and rolling it. And Sherry up to the ball.
And that's a rocket, and the 7-pin refuses to go.
She hit that arm swing straight out over the target. Nick, is really what you have to do. And if you look at the eyes of Sherry, you can see the deep concentration.
She's plus 17 in the 2nd frame. Sherry's ball, it looks to be a real hard ball.
And again, she did the cross lane shot. You know, it tickles me, Nick, that most of these women, when they come on, they seem like they've been well schooled in the fundamentals of spare angles.
Sherry's 29 years of age from Covington, Kentucky.
And she hit a little yank.
Her highest game ever sanctioned was a 268. And she's been bowling for 25 years, since the age of 4. So she's been around a while.
And she's going cross lane.
There's her ball. Yes.
Perfect shot. I noticed with interest here that Sherry is a pin bowler. And if you hear that terminology, pin bowling means that she doesn't pick out any spot or anything out on the lane. She looks at the pins and then walks with imaginary line and releases the ball toward her pin. In her case, it would be the 1, 3, or the 17th board.
Here's Glenna for our... No, I thought that would have been our first strike of the day, because that was the ball she was looking for. But the 6 is in the channel.
And she'll have to move to the left and cross alley. Anything on the right, you move to the left and cross alley and let the ball slide right into the pocket, right on top of the 10. And I think she did it.
Both these ladies are super fundamental bowlers. You can just tell on the way they're picking up the spares. They're right on the mark.
She's made a little adjustment with her feet back here, a little more to the right. And she picked up the early roll and rolled it right into the beagle. And she's going to have to slide that 6, so get behind the 6 over on top of the 7.
Six pin has a long way to travel. See what Glenna can do. Right now she's minus 17 pins, so this could make or break her.
Look out, Nick.
Oh boy, she gave it a super effort. So we're halfway through our first women's match, and we'll be back with Sherry Young to lead us off right after this. Our married homemaker from Covington, Sherry Young, is leading off the bottom of the 5th. She's plus 17. Sherry says she likes crafts and ceramic and gardening work. That's appropriate for a housewife, but here's her 16-pound ball zipping on down the lane.
A lot of power behind that shot, I'll tell you, Nick. She doesn't waste much time getting it in the pit. And as long as she can stay clean, she's progressing quite all the way through the paper, as we say, and we'll wrap this match up. Cross alley.
Well, she's filled all 5 frames.
She had a little hurry on that ball, I'll tell you. That ball didn't look like it was going to make it there for a minute.
Sherry Young plus 18 pins. There's the ball. Sherry Young with her first strike of the afternoon.
And if you notice one thing in talking to you, I said you got to go slow and you go low. Well, Sherry is a good-sized lady, and she gets that left knee bent real nice and goes low and follows through straight out of her target.
Little pressure now on Glenna, and she does not get the 10 pin to carry.
And it so often happens when you hit that half hit, the 6 pin just flops over in the gutter and doesn't do its job. Cross alley and on the money.
She's putting on a show for us gentlemen how to get that 10 pin.
I'm sure Larry has been out bowling with Glenna, and they've been working on their spare games. You know, I first took my mother to watch Andy Verapapa bowl, and he threw 12 in a row for 300. And I said, "What do you think, Mom?" And she says, "Hasn't impressed me yet. He hasn't made a spare."
Here's Glenna. And it looks to be that the pins are just not cooperating with this lady.
I still like the way she rolls the ball. It's just a matter of time before she learns to make the real fine adjustments. Moving left, walking toward her target, and on it. Fundamentally, she's beautiful.
I'll agree there.
I'm talking about her bowling.
Yeah, so was I.
From Sherry.
And
now that pin count isn't going to hurt her. She's riding on a strike.
Sherry right now is plus 31.
You know, anytime you leave the head pin up, you have a tough shot coming up. And that's exactly how you can miss it.
Well, that's the break Glenna was looking for. Let's see if Sherry can recover here on lane 7. She got a strike on lane 7 last time.
And there's Glenna, or Sherry, I'm sorry. I thought she was going to get the muffle at 7 out of there, but it didn't go.
Kicked the 6 out. Or no, the 4.
The 4, that's right. Well, the ball was placed in a good area. And she'll walk square to her target, cross alley, and that one better hurry.
And 2 opens in a row. So let's see what Glenna Sydnor can do. She's down 29. But she's working on a mark, so things can happen.
Well, she picked up a couple frames there just sitting on the settee here. See if she can jump on it. I thought she had a little right of her target, but it was in the area that she's got to attack that 1-3 from. And she'll be all right. She'll have to make this spare, which is a difficult shot. Basically, she's going to have to forget about the 5 and let it take care of itself. Look at that 8 pin, because that's the one you got to get out of there.
Well, let's see if she heard Eddy. And she did.
In all spare shots, you got to figure out which one is the key pin, which one do you really want to target your shot on. In that case, it happened to be the 8.
Her husband Larry's here today, shouting encouragement. Glenna's also a homemaker with one daughter.
And there's a shot.
There it is, Glenna Sydnor. We have a 10-pin match with Glenna working on a strike in the 9th.
The all-important foundation frame.
Well, let's see how Sherry can cope with Glenna striking the 9th. And she comes right back with one.
Maximum effort, maximum strength. You're having strength against finesse.
Well, if Sherry strings a couple more together, she can shut Glenna out.
And she's got it in the area. I say she knows how to answer the call, would you not?
I would. Just when it looked like Glenna was making a super comeback and cut it to 10 pins, Sherry answers with 2 in a row.
This one here, she can shut her out.
Four and 9.
It looks like her top score, Nick, is 205.
That's right. If she picks this up, she'll finish with a 205.
And we could have a tie game.
And there it is, a 205. If Glenna strikes out, she'll win by 1 pin.
And if she gets 2 and 9,
we have a tie. But the first 2 are the biggies. Let's see how she answers the call. Glenna Sydnor trying to break the Sydnor jinx, and there's one. Uh-oh.
And that's the shot that you love to throw. That's the encourager builder, I'll tell you. And if you notice, that's 2 in a row that she's just blew that 5-pin right out of there.
This is the big ball, Eddie.
And look at her eyes glued right on that target. Right underneath the ball. Off to the side, rolling.
Let's see. And she got a hold of the head pin, but hit it a little wide. So Sherry Young will move on to the final match to meet Jean Sayre.
We'll watch, see if Glenna moves to the right. Looks like she's moving a little to the left, though she's walking right. Cross alley. Still a nice ball game, 190.
190. Sherry Young at 205 to Glenna Sydnor 190. So we'll be back with the women's final match in Week 5 of the Super Bowl TV Merit Tournament right after this.